Hello everyone, welcome to EduGram India Audiobook Maharashtra State Board Series. Today we are going to listen class 6th chapter 7 Nutrition and Diet. Can you recall? Which are the various groups of foodstuffs? Name the ones you see in the pictures. Which main constituents of food do we get from them? Living things take food and water and use them for a variety of purposes such as obtaining energy, growth of the body, to carry out day-to-day functions of the body, to fight diseases. In living things, the process of taking in food and water and using it for growth and other purposes is called nutrition, and the constituents of food useful for these purposes are called nutrients. Nutrients and foodstuffs. There are 6 main nutrients in our food: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. These nutrients are present in the different food items we eat in differing proportions. Let us learn more about some of them. Energy-giving nutrients: carbohydrate. Our main need is of energy. It is fulfilled by carbohydrates. Hence, our diet includes a large proportion of cereals in the form of rice, chapati or roti, bhakri and bread which contain carbohydrates. Cereals are our staple food. Fats. Some part of our energy requirement is also fulfilled by fatty foods such as oil, ghee and butter. We get energy in the form of heat from the food we eat. Heat is measured in kilocalories. Hence, the energy in food items is also measured in kilocalories, calories. Children of growing age need to get approximately 2000 to 2500 calories from the food they eat. Proteins. We need proteins for the purposes of growth, repairing the wear and tear of the body, and for other life processes. We get proteins from the sprouts, milk and milk products, meat and eggs in our food. Minerals and vitamins. To improve the body's resistance to disease and for other life processes, the body needs vitamins, minerals and fiber in the diet. We obtain these nutrients mainly from vegetables and fruits. We require vitamins and minerals in small quantities, but their deficiency can lead to various diseases. Let us learn more about them. The body needs several inorganic substances. They are called minerals. The table below gives examples of some minerals and provides information about their functions in the body, the various sources of the minerals as well as the diseases caused by their deficiency. 1. Mineral iron. Function: carrying oxygen to all parts of the body. Source: meat, spinach, apples, raisins. Deficiency: disease, anemia. 2. Mineral calcium and phosphorus. Function: strengthen bones and teeth. Source: milk and milk products. Green leafy vegetables, meat. Deficiency: disease, bad teeth, brittle and weak bones. 3. Mineral iodine. Function: controls growth, speeds up chemical reactions in the body. Source: raisins, beans, fish, seafood. Deficiency: disease, goiter. 4. Mineral sodium and potassium. Function: maintains the body's water balance and functioning of the muscles and the nervous system. Source: salt, cheese, leafy vegetables, fruits, pulses. Deficiency: disease, inefficiency of muscles. Vitamins. Water-soluble vitamins. Vitamin B and vitamin C dissolve easily in water. So they are called water-soluble vitamins. They are thrown out of the body through the water in sweat and urine. Hence, a regular supply of these vitamins is essential. B1, B2, B3, B6, B9, and B12 are the important types of wheat. Water-insoluble vitamins. These vitamins are insoluble in water, but are soluble in fatty substances. They get stored in the body. Vitamins A, D, E and K are fat-soluble vitamins. In the past, Casimir Funk was a scientist who belonged to Poland in Europe. In a scientific article, he read that people who ate brown rice were less likely to get beriberi than those who ate fully milled rice. He was able to identify and isolate the substance which prevents this disease. He named it vitamine. He also proposed that other disorders like scurvy, pellagra, and rickets were also caused by a deficiency of various vitamins. Probiotics. You know that the useful microorganisms which convert milk into yogurt are present in yogurt and in buttermilk. They are called probiotics. Lakhs of microorganisms reside in our intestines. Their presence in such large numbers is essential for our health. Hence, to maintain them in our body, we should include probiotics such as yogurt and buttermilk in our daily diet. When we suffer from loose motions and vomiting, we throw out microorganisms along with intestinal water. Some medicines can also kill them. Therefore, we need to take extra yogurt, buttermilk to restore their numbers. A balanced diet. All that we consume during the day is together called our diet. A diet containing adequate quantities of all nutrients is called a balanced diet. To build a strong and healthy body, you need all nutrients in the right proportion and in sufficient quantities in your daily diet. Significance of a balanced diet. An increased capacity to work. Good physical and mental health. Increased capacity to fight, resist diseases. Helps in proper growth of the body. Apart from having a balanced diet, we also need to exercise regularly to keep ourselves fit and healthy. How to get a balanced diet? To ensure that we get a balanced diet from the food we eat, we can make a food pyramid. All food which we eat is classified into various groups. The space allotted to each food group in the pyramid depends upon the proportion in which it should be included in our diet. Hence, we can choose foods from each group daily according to the space allotted to it in the pyramid. If we choose some items from each group in the right proportion according to the pyramid shown, we can make sure that we are getting a balanced diet. Fiber. If we select a daily diet which includes vegetables, fruits, sprouts and cereals according to the pyramid, we will also get fiber in sufficient quantity. Can you recall? What trouble do we have to face if we do not get enough fiber from our daily diet? What care must be taken to make sure that fiber is not lost or removed from the food we eat? Water. Along with all the other nutrients, the body also needs an adequate supply of water. For this purpose, we must drink milk, buttermilk, lemon juice, sherbets, fruit juices and plenty of water. Malnutrition. Malnutrition occurs when all the nutrients that the body needs are not obtained in the proper proportions from the diet. This happens when a person does not get sufficient food or when the diet is not balanced. If one's diet exceeds one's need, it is called overnutrition. Junk food. Chocolate, noodles, burgers, pizzas, chips, bottled soft drinks, attractively packaged snacks. As also ready fried foodstuffs available in the market such as vadas, pakoras, etc. are very tasty and we like them very much. However, these foodstuffs contain refined flour, sugar, all in large proportions. When refined flour is made from wheat or when sugar is made from sugarcane, many nutrients in the wheat or sugarcane are lost in the process. Hence, all we get from these foods is energy and our hunger is satisfied. Naturally, If we eat a lot of junk foods, we will get insufficient quantities of the items from other food groups. If this happens frequently, our body soon experiences a shortage of proteins, vitamins, and minerals, and that may lead to malnutrition. Junk food eaten frequently also causes obesity. Obesity is not good for our health. As such foods do not supply all the necessary nutrients, they are called junk foods. How to avoid obesity? Have a balanced diet. Eat whole grains. Eat fruits and vegetables with their skins. Increase use of bicycles. Play more outdoor games. Do not eat if you are not hungry. Do not watch TV while eating. Do not use motor vehicles for traveling a short distance. Avoid pre-cooked, packaged foods. Adulteration of food. In order to earn more profits, cheaper substances of low quality are mixed with the foodstuffs. These substances are called adulterants, and adding them to foodstuffs is called adulteration of food. Adulterants may even be poisonous or harmful to health. Such adulterated food is impure and harmful and so unfit for consumption. Adulterants. Adulterants used to adulterate food are such that they will remain unnoticed even when mixed with the food. Always remember, adulteration of food is a crime. Do not eat adulterated foods. What we have learnt. Nutrition is the process of taking food and water and using them to obtain energy and for the purposes of growth and other bodily functions. A diet containing all nutrients in the right quantity is called a balanced diet. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals and fiber are the nutrients in food. A balanced diet includes all nutrients in the right quantities. The food pyramid helps us to choose a balanced diet. Whether a person is malnourished or has deficiency diseases depends upon the proportions of food taken. Junk food gives us energy, but not other nutrients. Adulterated food is impure and harmful to health. Chapter End. Find the answer book in the description of the video. Take 15-minute break before starting next chapter. Edugram help you to understand chapters in audio-visual ways, that is also for free. Get the audiobook, explanation videos, question-answer book, exam preparation materials for free. Like, share and subscribe Edugram. Stay tuned for next chapter.